Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we'll discuss about the great devotee of Lord Ram. In Navavida Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. So for every single Anga that is mentioned here, there's one devotee who has excelled that, and his name comes there. And here is the name for Dasyam, that is for being the servant of the Lord, the topmost, and that is Hanuman. Hanuman is that epitome of service, and chastity towards the one form of the Lord is so great. For Hanuman, even if Krishna calls him or Gauranga calls him, maybe he will not come. Only Lord Ram has to call. It so happened, I couldn't get the reference of this, but I heard in one of the class that Lord Krishna in Dwarka, he called for Hanuman. Hanuman came and he left from there. He saw Krishna and he left. He said, my Ram is not there, what will I do? And then Lord Krishna transformed his form into Lord Ram. And then Hanuman was called. And then Hanuman was paying obeisance, offering prayers, etc. Obviously, don't imitate this at home. We don't have any existence in the spiritual realm. There is no bhakti at all, no shakti at all. So we cannot imitate all these different things. The point that I want to make here is the chastity of Hanuman towards the service of Lord Ram only is so wonderful, so wonderful. As we go higher and higher in Krishna consciousness, we will see that. One googly or one bouncer from Gaudiya Vaishnava history. It was Raghunath Das Goswami. And one of the devotees, he used to take buttermilk. So one devotee got, and that too in a leaf cup. So one devotee got buttermilk for Raghunath Das Goswami. I hope it's Raghunath or Sanatan. I assume that it's Raghunath Das Goswami. And then the buttermilk was given to him, and Raghunath Das Goswami started appreciating the leaf that was there. Oh, such a big leaf, so wonderful. Where did you get this from? And at that time, the devotee who got it, he said from Sakhigao. Sakhigao means Chandravali's place. And Raghunath Das Goswami threw that down. He said, how dare you go there and get it? Nothing can be accepted from Sakhigao. Nothing can be accepted, from Chandravali's place, because we belong to Radharani's clan. So we will not take anything from the opposite clan. Now, for a common person like ourselves, it's very difficult to understand also. ठीक है, वो भी कृष्ण लीला में प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रॉब्लम क्या है वो तभी समझेगा जब actually will advance in devotional service. Because there's something called as chastity towards the Lord. There's something called as chastity towards the parampara. And that has to develop with time. And we see here in Hanuman's pastime that how he's one-pointed, focused in service of Lord Ram. Fast forwarding the entire Ramayana and coming to Aranyakanda. Ram and Sita were there in the forest. And there was a golden deer that came. And then Sita wanted that. So she told Ram, go and get it. And Ram goes there, and here comes Ravan. And he comes and kidnaps Sita. Now Sita is kidnapped. She is taken to Lanka. And now, Lord Ram, like any ordinary hen-pecked husband, he's crying. He's crying and crying and crying. Where is my Sita? Where is my Sita? Oh Sita, where are you? Oh Sita, where are you? When it comes to a normal, insane person also, in this world, he will ask people who are going around, Did you see my Sita? Did you see my Sita? Did you see my Sita? He'll ask human beings. But when it comes to Lord Ram, he's extraordinarily insane in that time. Transcendental madness. That is going and asking stones and trees and birds, have you seen my Sita? Have you seen my Sita? When all this was going on, Lord Ram comes to Sugriva. There's nice meeting with Sugriva, Hanuman and others. And Lord Ram requests Sugriva to help him to find Sita. Again, fast forwarding. Sugriva forgot that Lord Ram has asked for help. And he was enjoying with Vali's wife. At that time, Lakshman goes and gets him on track. And then Sugriva realizes, I had promised to help Lord Ram to get back his consort Sita. And then one day, there was a meeting that was going on. So now we have come to Kishkindya Kanda. There was a meeting that was going on. Sugriva was there and all his associates were there. Lord Ram and Lakshman are there. And the meeting was how to find Sita. The entire team of monkeys was divided into 4 groups. And the 4 groups were sent in 4 different directions. Vinda and his team were sent in eastern direction. Sushena and team, they were sent in western direction. There's another personality called Shatabli. He was sent with his team to northern direction. And then remains the last team, the powerful team, headed by Angad. Who is Angad? Son of Vali. So Angad was leading this team, and in that team we had great Maharathis. So we had personalities like Neela, Hanuman, Jambavan, Mainda, Dvivida and others. They all were told, you can go in southern direction. And it was told to this team, if you don't find Sita, don't come back. If you come back without getting Sita, you will be killed. So this was something that Sugriva had told. Maybe to get the work done. So at that time, all of these people, they got ready to leave. Sugriva started glorifying Hanuman. You are the right person. You are the right person to get Sita. You are that personality who is intelligent, who is strong, who is witty. Yes, you can do this task. And Lord Ram was hearing all this. And so he's seeing Sugriva's confidence in Hanuman. Lord Ram's confidence in Hanuman also increased. And Lord Ram, he immediately removed his golden ring and he gave it to Hanuman. And he said that when you find Sita, it will be difficult for her to believe that you are my servant. So at that time, give this ring to her. And this ring is very special because my name is inscribed inside. She'll be able to see that. And like this entire team started towards south. They went on searching various different places. And it is described, they had gone to this, various mountains. Vindhya mountain was one of them. And they were going around in different places. At one point of time, they entered a forest which was cursed not to have any leaves and fruits and flowers and water also. And they're very hungry, very thirsty. And finally, they went inside a cave and there they found water. They got refreshed. They came out of the cave. Now they all were having a meeting. Now this is very important to note that they were all given a task to find Sita and the duration was 1 month. Deadline was last day of that month. And the month was almost over. No sign of finding Sita. Other 3 teams, they came back and they said we couldn't find it. Now this team was special. They were thinking, if we go back, Sugriva will kill us. Anyways, we are supposed to get killed. Better we fast and die here. Fasting till death. They all planned like that. Angad was leading this fasting plan. And everyone around, they also said, okay, yes, we should do that. They all were discussing. And now it's very nice to note that Hanuman tried convincing them. Don't worry, Sugriva will not do anything. We'll go there, we'll report to him. But Angad was very, very firm on this. And he was the leader. Everyone has to follow him. He was very firm. He said, you all want to go, you go. But I will remain here. And I'll fast till death. Now, when all this meeting was going on, where every other person or every other monkey in the team, they agreed, yes, we will fast till death. There was a person who became extremely happy. And he was Sampati, elder brother of Jatayu. He was there sitting on the mountain top. And from there he was looking down and he was hearing this entire conversation. And he became extremely happy. He said, from a long time I didn't get proper food to eat, and so wonderful, Lord has sent such great Mahaprasad. Now one after another, when these monkeys will leave their body, I'll feast on them. This is what Sampati, he started speaking. Now all these monkeys headed by Angad started saying, they're all moroseful now. And Angad started saying, look at our fate. So terrible. By this evil-minded Kaikeyi, that Jatayu had to leave his body. Such a great soul left his body. After that, Vali had to die. His father, no Vali. After that, Vali had to die. And now it's our turn. And Sampati was sitting up there on the top. He said, come again? Who? Jatayu? Jatayu died. My younger brother died. What happened to him? Tell me more details. But before that, one favor you all do. Please come here, pick me up from here and keep me down because my wings are burnt. Because when me and my brother in our young age in IYF, we flew towards heavenly planet, defeated Indra, and then we tried defeating sun god. But as we went closer to sun god, the heat was so scorching that my brother, he was getting affected, so I covered him with my wings. And at that time, my wings got burnt. So now I cannot fly. Can you all please come and take me from here and keep me down? Now all monkeys started looking at each other. Because just a couple of minutes back, there was a discussion on Mahaprasad. And they all started thinking that this person, if we get him down, he will kill us and eat. There's a great probability because a couple of minutes back he said that. And then they started discussing themselves. See, anyways, we have planned to die. Let him kill and eat. We'll get liberated first and fast. Why worry? And they said, let's keep faith. He's saying that he's elder brother of Jatayu. They all went, got Sampati down. And they all started discussing various different things. And at that time, Sampati, he asked about the details of his brother and they said what all things happened. And then Sampati, he wanted to know, why they're here and what they're discussing. And at that time, Angad, he challenged and he said, if you are really our well-wisher, if you are really the elder brother of Jatayu, then please tell us, where is Ravan? Where is Ravan's abode? At that time, Sampati, another devotee of Lord Ram, he started saying, see, I'm so old. My body is already withered away. I cannot serve Lord Ram with this body. But at least through this speech, I'll serve Lord Ram and tell the details. And he started saying that yes, Ravan is the one who kidnapped Sita. Now it is very important to note that in that discussion, they never mentioned about Sita. So others were very astonished and they said, how do you know about Sita? How do you know about her? At that time, Sampati started saying that my son, he had gone out to get some food for me. And there at that time, he met this Ravan and this lady was chanting, Ram, Ram. And she threw various ornaments which she was wearing, she threw it down. And my son, he went and he challenged Ravan. At that time, Ravan begged him and he said that please allow us, we want to go. And he left. And later, various heavenly planet denizens, they came and told my son that you are saved. The person whom you countered, he was Ravan. He was very humble at that time, so he left. And immediately my son came and he told me all these different details. And at that time, Sampati, being a vulture, he said that I am able to see on the other side of this ocean, which is having a distance of 100 yojanas, 800 miles. And I am able to see Lanka, the place or the abode of Ravan. And if you go there, you will find Sita surely. Now he also said one thing, that long time back, one of the great sages had told me that the day you reveal the secret of where is Sita, your wings will sprout and again you'll be able to fly. And as soon as he completed the description of where is Sita, immediately two wonderful wings came and Sampati had got rejuvenated energy and he flew in the sky. Now more than Sampati being flying in the sky, there were monkeys who were about to fly now. Because they got to know where is Sita. And all of them, they were so ecstatic. They were congratulating each other and all the discussion was going on that finally we'll be able to tell something to Sugriva about Sita. And in all this discussion, suddenly there was seriousness that got created. And now the seriousness was, who will cross this ocean? This was a serious discussion now. And Angad said, okay, raise your hands, who all can cross this ocean? And no hands were raised. Why looking at each other? I know we are also Honor Sena, but we are not like them. They are great. So no one raised the hands. At that time, he being a very wonderful manager, leader, he started asking each and every monkey there, tell me how much you can jump. Tell me how much you can jump. Tell me how much you can jump. Someone said, I can jump only 10 yojanas. Some other person said only 30 yojanas. Some other person said 50 yojanas. Then there was a person, Mainda. He said 60 I can jump. Dvivida said 70 I can jump. And then Jambavan said, when I was young, IYF. At that time, when Vaman Dev, he covered with his body the entire planetary system. You know what I did at that time? It's almost like IYF passed out devotee. He telling, when he's old, हमारे ज़माने में हम ऐसा preaching करते थे. इतने pass distribution किए. And we used to host huge festivals. Like Jambavan is telling, when I was young, at that time, 21 times I went across the entire planetary system. I did parikrama of Vaman Dev at that time. But now I cannot. I cannot jump. So at that time, Angad, the leader of the group, he said, okay, if no one can jump, see, I can jump. 100 yojanas I can jump. But the problem is, I cannot come back. Then Jambavan started saying, no, you're the leader. You shouldn't go. Someone else should go. Now Angad is asking, who will go? At that time, Jambavan said, I know someone who can go. And then everyone, they're looking at Jambavan. And Jambavan started looking at the great devotee, Hanuman. And then he started describing, Jambavan started describing the pastime of Hanuman. And this is very wonderful. What is the mother's name of Hanuman? Anjani. So she, with the help of, or by the mercy of Vayudev, she begot Hanuman. And it's so wonderful that Hanuman was still a baby. Next day of his birth, it is described that he opened his eyes and he saw the sun. And he felt that, there's a shining fruit. He jumped and leaped and started going towards the sun. And for your information, he jumped 3,000 yojanas. How much yojana is needed now, by the way? 100. So, 800 miles. So, 3,000 yojanas. And then Indra saw this. And Indra struck thunderbolt on him. And that thunderbolt struck his chin broke. And therefore his name or his namakaran happened, called Hanuman. Hanuman means the one whose chin is broken. So this name was given as Hanuman. Now Vayudev got very angry. How dare someone touch my son? And Vayudev, it's very easy, to punish someone. He just withdrew all the air. And everyone in the entire place, they were all suffocating. And everyone went to him, including Brahma. They begged him. And just to please him, Brahma gave benediction to Hanuman that he will be always victorious. Indra gave benediction to him that you will win over everyone. And other benedictions other Devi Devatas gave. And Vayudev was satisfied. He released the air. Everyone was happy. And at some places it is also said that Hanuman, since he was having so much of prowess, he would disturb the various sages at times by his mischievous activities. So they had cursed him that you'll forget all the prowess that you have, and at the right time you'll be reminded of the same. Now all these things Jambavan is telling everyone who is sitting there. All the monkeys. And all the monkeys, they were amazed to hear all this. Hanuman is so great. And at that time, Hanuman also got the remembrance. At that time, Hanuman said, yes, I will go across the ocean and get Sita. Can you imagine? Jambavan's role is so great. Jambavan here in this situation is acting as a spiritual master, as a guru. Guru is the one who engages the disciple in the service. And when he gives the service, he empowers the disciple also. And here Jambavan, by his words, the empowerment was given to Hanuman. Hanuman felt that empowerment and he was ready to cross the ocean. And you look at the divine arrangement of preaching in the age of Kali Yuga. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he ordered our dear Srila Prabhupada. He empowered Srila Prabhupada. And guess what? What happened? In Treta Yuga, Hanuman went across the ocean and he gave the message to Sita about Lord Ram. And here in our description of Srila Prabhupada crossed the ocean and he took the message of the Lord and gave it to all those Baddha Jivas who were captured and kidnapped by the ignorance, like Ravan. So wonderful. So very wonderful. And therefore here we see that empowerment is very, very important to do any service. And without empowerment, without instruction, one cannot succeed, not possible. We can do something whimsically, but then that will not have any result. And what is the actual result of any service? The actual result of any service or actual outcome is, Lord is pleased, He gets pleasure. And here Hanuman was empowered. And everyone was very happy. Because someone is ready to go. And when the description said that in childhood itself, 3,000 yojanas he had jumped. 100 yojanas to kuch nahi, it's okay. So at that time, Hanuman got ready. He climbed a parvat called Mahendra Parvat. And from this point, Sundarkand begins. Sundarkand is very much known in India and the people chant this on Saturdays or Tuesdays or something like that. From this point, Sundarkand begins. It is Sundarkand because the entire Kand is about the glories of the devotee of Lord Ram, Hanuman, and towards the end, we also have description of Sita. Very, very beautiful section. Hanuman climbed the Mahendra Parvat. He increased his size. He became huge. And with his feet and with his hands, he held the mountain very tight. Now he's getting ready. Now he's getting ready for the service. Before doing all this, one thing which Hanuman did was, he paid obeisance to all his superiors. Because without the blessings, how can someone do any service? Firstly, a bona fide instruction is needed. And with the instruction, empowerment is needed. Even when the person has got an instruction and is empowered, it's very, very important to take blessings of the devotees. One example which comes to my mind from Chaitanya Charitamrita is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. When the service was given to write Chaitanya Charitamrita, he went and he got a direct sanction from the Lord. Which deity? Yes, Radha Govinda Dev. Direct sanction of the Lord, where the garland fell, and that was a sanction, yes, you can go ahead. But even after that, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who was 90 plus years old at that time, very, very old. He went to each and every Vaishnava in that place and he took blessings that please bless me to do this massive service. You take up any devotee from the past in the Shastra, you will see that these devotees, when they got some service, the first thing that they did was they went around to different great Vaishnavas and took blessings. And here Hanuman is doing that. Having taken blessings, climbed this Mahendra Parvat, gripping, having a tight grip on the mountain with his feet and with his hand, with all pressure, he was about to jump. Now it is described the pressure was so much on the mountain that the mountain was shaking. And some places, the mountain started getting crushed. And to such an extent that the water started gushing out of the mountain. And when all this was going on, there were some Gandharvas who were enjoying in that mountain, in some water bodies. There were some rishis who were sitting and meditating. All of them, as soon as this entire thing started happening, the disturbance, at that time, all of them, they got up from their place and ran away from the mountain. And it is described that Hanuman, with all his force, with all the pressure that he can put, he put that pressure on the mountain and he jumped from the mountain. And the description says, he flew in such a way, or he started flying in such a way, which compared to the arrow which was released from the bow of Lord Ram. Bhakta Hanuman ki jai. Huge size. And now since with so much of pressure he jumped, now what happened is, so many trees got uprooted, from the mountain. And since it was a pressure, so all the trees, they were caught or they were behind Hanuman. And when Hanuman was flying above the ocean, the trees fell on the ocean. And before the trees fell, the flowers of different colors, they fell on the ocean. And it is described the ocean was looking very beautiful. Whatever a devotee does, that is always glorious. The pressure was so much that there was a great hurricane that came from the ocean because the ocean was agitated. And the waves from the ocean were so great, were like huge mountain. They were touching the chest of Hanuman. Such great height waves those were. And Hanuman started flying. Now this flight is very, very important and a lot of things to learn. Because when Hanuman started flying, he was flying for only one reason. It's not that he wanted to have some tour over the ocean or something like that. No sightseeing. Only one thing in the mind, I want to serve my Lord Ram. I want to give pleasure to Ram and Sugriva. Sugriva was his master. And also Sugriva. And he started moving. It is described that when he was going up, again it was scorching sun. So Vayudev this time, he supplied cold breeze or cool breeze. And Hanuman was feeling very nice. He was protected from the scorching sun. And Hanuman was moving with full speed. Now it is described that when Hanuman was going, there were multiple obstacles that came in his service. And these obstacles are very, very important in our life also. Because every single sadhaka will face some of the other problems, some of the other obstacles while executing his sadhana and seva. And through this pastime of Hanuman, jumping from India to Sri Lanka, we can learn a lot of things. The first obstacle that came was by the mercy of Varun Dev. So Varun Dev started thinking, the ocean god started thinking that Hanuman is flying. And who is Hanuman? Hanuman is servant of Lord Ram. And just for serving Lord Ram, he is flying. If I serve him, then it will be a service to Lord Ram. And then he started thinking that it's very important to serve Lord Ram because Ram comes in Ikshvaku dynasty. And Ram's forefather's name is Maharaj Sagar. And Sagar was that personality who extended the boundaries of ocean. Therefore, we, ocean personified, we are indebted to Sagar Maharaj. Sagar Maharaj, Ram, Hanuman. So let's serve Hanuman, then the service will go to them. So in this way, Varun Dev started thinking. They said, how to serve him now? He ordered a mountain that was hidden in the ocean. And the mountain's name was Mainak. Mainak Parvat. Now this mountain was there inside the ocean. Now here comes the question, what was the mountain doing inside the ocean? The pastime goes till Satyuga. And in Satyuga it is described that mountains had wings. Now this is very terrible to think also. Can you imagine you are having prasad sitting on the terrace and up you see a mountain is flying. When pigeon flies only I have seen devotees closing their plates. Just imagine mountain flying. When mountain is to fly, the various sages, they were very fearful. That what if the mountain loses its balance and comes down? All the creatures in that area will become chutney. And at that time, they all petitioned, they all summoned Indra. They kuch karo. It's very fearful. We are not able to chant Hare Krishna peacefully. Always this is fear that's going up when it will fall on us. So at that time, Indra, he started throwing thunderbolt, Vajra, and he was cutting the wings of various mountains. And one point of time, Indra was throwing or attacking Mainak mountain also. But somehow Vayudev came there and Vayudev saved Mainak. And he pushed Mainak inside the ocean. And that's how Mainak remained in the ocean with the wings. Now it's very nice to note that Varun Dev, he utilized this opportunity to serve Hanuman. And he ordered Mainak, come up. And the entire mountain came up. And the mountain personified Mainak Prabhu. He stood up. And then he started offering prayers to Hanuman. And he told Hanuman that, please accept my service. You can come and rest in these various caves of my mountain. You can rest for some time and then resume your seva. And for your information, Hanuman was already flying and he had covered a lot of distance. And surely, anyone who sees such a person doing such massive service will feel like serving. Maybe he might be tired, he should take rest. And Mainak was one such concerned person. And at that time, Hanuman said, Sri, see, I am on a mission. Mission in service of Lord Ram. I cannot break my journey. I have started and I'll end directly in Lanka. Now when all this was going on, Hanuman being a devotee, he thought that there is someone who is offering me something. It's not good not to accept. So what he did was, he went close to the mountain, he touched the mountain and he said, I accepted. And then he said, okay, Hare Krishna, I'm leaving. And he left. Now there's a very nice thing that Hanuman is teaching us. I don't know if he said Hare Krishna or Hare Ram, something. Very wonderful thing to learn here. See, this mountain represents two things. First one is complacency. Now at times it might happen that a devotee might feel, बहुत साधना कर लिया. And sometimes the devotee might feel, बहुत सेवा कर लिया. Now it's the time to relax. At least I've heard some devotees saying, Prabhuji, I want some break. Break from what? यही जो भी हम करते रहते हैं उससे break. Now, the very important thing to note here, that we all are on a mission. There is no question, we cannot relax. We cannot relax and become complacent either in sadhana or in seva. We cannot. In fact, if you properly analyze any acharya in the sampradaya, why go far? Let's talk about Srila Prabhupada. If you analyze Srila Prabhupada's entire sketch of pastimes, which Prabhupada was doing when he was there on this planet, especially after the instruction that preach in English, he was struggling like anything. Never took a break. Now just imagine, during the World War, he started publishing BTG magazine. And at that time, getting papers was so difficult. But still he struggled and got the papers. And he was the one who was writing, he was the one who was publishing, he was the one who was distributing. And after that, He established League of Devotees in Jhansi. That too with great effort. Lot of effort was put. And guess what? What was the end result of that? The governor's wife, she said, I want a place for kitty party. And guess what? The governor made sure that Srila Prabhupada vacates that place and he goes out of that place. Can you imagine? But Srila Prabhupada didn't stop. He went ahead, translating Srimad Bhagavatam, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And then when he was ready, then he takes the ship to cross the ocean. And after going the other side also, he was struggling. Now ISKCON centers were established. One of the best center at that time was in Los Angeles. But Prabhupada, he never rested there. बहुत मेहनत किया. You all come, I'll tell you all my pastime. Prabhupada Lilamrit. I started like this, I did that. Abhi aapki bari. I'll just rest. Whatever Rajbhog is cooked, it should come to my room. No. Prabhupada didn't rest. After ISKCON got established, 1965 till 1977, the only thing that Prabhupada did was he struggled and struggled and struggled for the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Whenever he would fly from one country to another, there was nothing called jet lag for Srila Prabhupada. He would fly the other side, he'll set his clock, whatever time was there, AM, PM, etc. And he'll continue his schedule the way it is in the other places. To such an extent, he didn't stop working for the mission even on the deathbed. He's about to leave his body and still he's working for the mission by dictating on the dictaphone the purports to 10th canto, 14th chapter Srimad Bhagavatam. So wonderful. Our Acharya is setting such a high example. Don't relax. There's no question of taking break. There's no question of pausing anything. One has to work for the mission. Missionaries means all the time thinking about the mission. Missionaries means always logging for the mission. Mission is first, everything later. Even when some devotee comes and says, Prabhuji, you're working so hard, please accept this, please accept that. We know what to do, right? What Hanuman did. I accept and fly. This is so wonderful. So in this way, we see that all our acharyas, Prabhupada's guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, Pran ache jar, se hetu prachar. Why a person has life? There's only one hetu, and that is for prachar, for the mission. Therefore, in this way, there's so much to do for the mission. So much. Whenever we attend various meetings of various ISKCON leaders, be it youth preaching or be it congregation preaching, there's so much to do, so much. And sometimes after attending the meeting, it feels like, are we doing something for the mission or not? There's so much lined up, there's so many things to be achieved, there's so many things to be established. And so many people in the entire place, they have not got Krishna consciousness. And we are like, done. We did a lot of seva. One youth festival, one congregation center, this and that, enough. No, we cannot stop, we cannot take a pause. And you know what? The solution for this is, complacency sab mein aayega. Aisa nahi ki will not get complacent. Because complacency, natural, in mode of ignorance will get that. In mode of ignorance, naturally a person will think that I think I've done a lot, I should pause for some time. So at that time, what helps is the constant meditation on the achievements and the activities and the life sketch of these acharyas in the past. And not just the acharyas in the past, the current acharyas, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada and others, who are setting very high example for all of us. Mission first, everything later. There was one photo which I had seen of Indradyumna Maharaj. Indradyumna Maharaj was resting under a wash basin. If I'm not wrong, it was a bathroom or something. He had put something, I think his bag or something like that, on his below the head, and he was resting there. And that was really very heart-touching. Very heart-touching. These people, for them, mission is first. And they're never satisfied with any score. Like Srila Prabhupada was not satisfied with any score. More and more and more. This first one, complacency. Second one is enjoyment. So when you're practicing devotional service, like Hanuman is flying in all these personalities, Varun, Mainak, etc., they are thinking, he's doing such wonderful service. Jai Ho, Jai Hanuman, you're doing such wonderful service. Please come and please accept our offerings. When you're doing any service, we will see that people around us, they'll glorify us. Oh, you kya service kiya, amazing. They'll glorify that you're a pure devotee. They'll glorify that you are actually a missionary. In fact, you are the one who will do the next job after Srila Prabhupada. So many times, devotees, sometimes when these birthdays are there and devotees glorify that birthday boy. Wonderful glorification. I don't know which year this was. There was one devotee's birthday and then another devotee was glorifying him. He started quoting Bhagavatam shlokas. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani svantastena gadavrata. Harikshetra and myself, we were there in that meeting, in that circle, we were sitting and looking at each other's face. What is going on here? So anyways, devotees sometimes, they hype up the glorification. But the immature devotee who's hearing, he feels maybe he's telling the right thing. Recently on Bhakti Vriksha leader was sharing that it seems I was the one who said that, Prabhu, you are eligible now to become a Bhakti Vriksha leader. And then he was sharing that, Prabhuji, on that day I went in front of the mirror and started saying that, it's me. Yes, I'm so qualified that Prabhuji said that. And then he was sharing that I realized later that that was a trick of this person to push me into this responsibility. So many times this will happen where Pujala Pratishtha will come with any service that we do. I can give you in writing, any service you do consistently, any service, even for that matter, cleaning the toilet consistently, serving prasad consistently, cleaning this temple hall consistently, you will see devotees will recognize, devotees will glorify. Surely glorify. Now here comes the thing that are we going to enjoy these benefits or the byproducts of devotional service which are coming to us? That is the question. Or are we going to touch that like Hanuman and say, all belongs to Krishna and just continue doing service? That is the question. Therefore, it's very, very important that all of us understand that everything belongs to Krishna and everything should be used in his service. Or else it will be a problem. It will be a disaster in our life. Disaster in our devotional service. Simple. And what is the solution for this? We have to be detached. Understanding the truth of Krishna consciousness. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahitar Pravartan. Without Krishna's mercy, one cannot do anything in Krishna consciousness. Cannot do anything. If at all we do something and we get some glorification, please remember that has to be passed on to the parampara which ends in Krishna. Nothing belongs to us. This is called detachment. And this is Hanuman's mood. Hanuman like, no, I am on a mission. I cannot go complacent, nor I can now enjoy. I have to cross this entire ocean. And there is a message, important message of Lord Ram. Now he goes ahead. And when he was going ahead, after some time, there comes another obstacle. That's very nice to note that this obstacle was planned and sent by the Devatas. The Devatas, they planned, the Gandharvas and Vidyadharas and others, they all planned that let us see the power of Hanuman. Let us see how great he is. And they sent a personality called Surasa. Now here we have to understand, Surasa is the mother of all Nagas. There are many types of snake. One of the type is Naga. Now English is such a pathetic language. There's only one word, that is snakes. Yes. But if we read the Shastra, we understand there's so many different types of snakes and they are named differently. It's Naga. So mother of Nagas was Surasa. And all Devi Devtas, they told Surasa, can you go and test the prowess of Hanuman? Surasa said, okay, I'll go. And at that time, Surasa, she manifested herself into Hanuman. You can imagine Hanuman is flying, and from the other side, suddenly a huge mountain manifested. And that was Surasa. And she started saying that anyone who comes on this way, the benediction that I have got from Brahma is, that person has to enter my mouth. And Hanuman started saying, Hanuman is such a gentle devotee. He knows very well what to speak at what time, and very truthful. He said, see, I'm on a mission. I'll come back, no issue, I'll come back. I'll first go and give the message of Lord Ram to Sita Maya on the other side, and then I'll come back and enter your mouth. And she said, nothing doing, now. And she increased herself 10 yojanas. And Hanuman also increased himself 10 yojanas. And Hanuman said, maybe your mouth is short, I cannot enter. Then she increased to 20 yojanas. Mouth is increasing 20 yojanas. And Hanuman increased himself to 30. She increased to 40. Hanuman 50. Surasa 60. Hanuman 70. Surasa 80. Hanuman 90. And then Surasa increased her mouth to 100. And Hanuman, he thought this strategy is not good. He immediately reduced to size of thumb, and he entered the mouth of Surasa and immediately came out. And he said, okay, done. I entered your mouth, I came out. And Surasa was like, what happened? Yeah, achanak se kya ho gaya? What happened? And at that time, she appreciated Hanuman's wit. She appreciated Hanuman's intelligence. They're so wonderful. And she was so happy. And she blessed, saying, may you accomplish this mission. Now, this is another very, very important obstacle in a sadhaka's life. Here, Surasa, she represents ego. E-G-O. Ego. Now, this is a very important point, to contemplate on. Many of the times, when it comes to us as sadhakas, a lot of time is spent in proving one's ego. In the devotee association, speaking from the Shastra or trying to prove about some Siddhanta, the devotee, you see the devotee. No, it is like this. Prabhupada said this. This purport says this, and that devotee says, no, that purpose says, and it goes on and on and on. Now, it's very nice if it is a vad. Vad means if both of them are interested to understand the conclusion, then it is okay. But most of the time in the sadhaka state, what will happen is, I know better than you. You have not read from last 1 week. I read every day. Prabhupada books. And there's a debate that goes on, argument that goes on. And whenever there's an argument, always remember, it's all about proving one's ego. This is about devotees. And I'm sure all of us sitting here might experience all that. And we will be part of that argument, that debate, that discussion. And when it comes to outsiders also, at times when the outsider challenges us, something regarding the knowledge of Krishna consciousness, then the devotee is like, ek class attend nahi kiya tune? I attend all Bhagavatam class. I attended all Bhagavad-gita class. Okay, I get distracted in the class, sleep sometimes, but I sit in the class. I hear. There are devotees I've seen, they sleep in the class, visibly sleeping. And I'm personally sitting beside them and, Prabhu, get up, Baba, class is going on. I'm like, Prabhuji, I'm hearing. I said, but your eyes are closed. Prabhuji, we have to hear from ears. So anyways, the pride naturally comes in a devotee that I know better than this outsider. And many times this will happen, especially when you go for book distribution, pass distribution, when we are speaking to our relatives, when we are speaking to our parents if they are not devotees. This thing will come into picture, that will start debating on certain topic which is triggered from the other side. Please remember one thing, that life is very short and goal is very high. अगर ऐसा होता कि किसी ऐसे लोग के साथ डिबेट करके टाइम वेस्ट करने से अगर हम भगवान को पा सकते थे, I think then acharyas would have told this only. Please go out and find some stranger and start debating and prove your ego. You'll attain Krishna. No? Time is very short and goal is very high. We have to attain Krishna Prem. Firstly, to understand what is Krishna Prem is only difficult. And we're supposed to attain that. That too before leaving this body. Now it's not easy. So every single moment of life is very, very important, and that has to be invested in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, this quality of avyartha kalatvam makes a lot of difference in the devotee's life. And we see even in the pastimes of the devotees, say for example, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. There was a Digvijay Pandit who came. He came to argue with Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. He wanted to defeat them in Shastrartha. And at that time, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they said, see, we don't know much. And that person said, okay, if you don't know much, if you cannot debate with me, then sign here. This is called as Vijay Patra. And there were names of people, and then people would sign. This Vijay Patra, sign. And Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami happily signed on that. This shows clearly that we are not here to prove ourselves that how great we are, but we come in a sampradaya where everyone is trying to prove how insignificant we are. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asked, what is your identity? Gopi bhartoho padakamalayur das, anudas. Servant of the servant. And what is my description of what is my identity? Insignificant servant of the servant of the servant. Anudas. So here, devotees are busy proving themselves to be insignificant. I mean, pure devotees. And sadhakas are busy proving themselves to be perfect and great. Therefore, it's very important that the antidote for ego is humility. And therefore, we see that when it comes to Hanuman, he became humble. He entered the mouth and he came out. And it is described very clearly that how Surasa was very happy. Therefore, proving ego will not work, but becoming humble is very, very important. How many times, how many chapters of Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks about humility? Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Saishnam Amanina Manadena. All three talks about the same. That put yourself lower than others. That's what it means. All the 3 points. Becoming humbler than the blade of grass, tolerant than the tree, giving respect to all others, and expecting none in return. And in such a state of existence, a person can chant Shuddhanam. This is what is expected. Therefore, Surasa is another very, very important obstacle in the life of a sadhaka. Hanuman again said, okay, Hare Ram, we'll go. And he went. Now when he's going ahead, at that time, is very nicely described that Hanuman was so huge. He was 80 by 240 miles. That was the shadow that was coming on the ocean. And Hanuman is flying from the top. You understand 80 by 240 miles, what does that mean? That was a shadow. And when Hanuman was flying, suddenly there was a break. He was not able to move ahead. At that time, it is described, there was a demoness. She was holding the shadow of Hanuman. It was very difficult to understand also, holding the shadow. Yes. And then she was holding the shadow of Hanuman, and Hanuman was not able to move, and he looked down and he saw that there is this demoness, and the name was Simhika. So she was the one who was holding the shadow, and the entire goal was pull Hanuman down and eat him. And she started pulling him down. And Hanuman, his size was big. But the size of the mouth of Simhika was bigger than the size of Hanuman. So Hanuman said, the previous strategy was good. He reduced his size. He entered the body of Simhika. He entered the heart of Simhika. And then, with his claws, sharp nails, he devoured the heart of Simhika. And then he emerged out of the body, killing this demoness. Now this is very nice to note that here, Simhika is a personality who represents enviousness, pulling down someone, enviousness. Jealousy is okay. That devotee has something I don't have. Oh Lord, please give me also. Enviousness is very dangerous. that devotee has, I don't have, oh Lord, he also shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. Say you're envious of someone who is good at singing. So he's singing and you go and switch off the mic. Yeah. Or you're envious of a devotee who plays instrument very nicely. And you go and sit beside him, he's playing Mridanga and you pull his hand. He's not able to play. So all this is, these are very stupid things. But when the envy increases, at that time we will not know what we are doing. We will not know. Therefore, it's very, very important that we understand that pulling down someone is a natural tendency that we all have in ourselves. Why? Because we are envious of Krishna and therefore we are in this material world, and that envy towards Krishna will manifest in his part and parcel also. We'll be envious towards his part and parcel. And because of this envy, we will not be able to advance in Krishna consciousness. Not possible. Simple test. If any devotee advances in devotional service, externally we'll smile. Test is internally, are we smiling or not? Are we joyful? Are we joyful or not? This is something that we have to ask. In Mahaprakash Leela, when different devotees were getting mercy of Lord Chaitanya, other devotees were celebrating. Wonderful, wonderful. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Hari. They were all happy. They were all happy. So here comes the question. We might say, I'm a Vaishnava, para dukkha dukhi. But internally also we should be para dukkha dukhi. But I'm sure all of us will be able to analyze our own selves. At times we'll also become para dukkha sukhi itan inside. Externally we might say, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था प्रभु के साथ. Internally. और ऐसे करेगा तो ऐसे ही होगा और क्या? और होना चाहिए इसके साथ. Nonsense. And externally, नहीं होना चाहिए था. See, this duplicity is something which Krishna will never appreciate. Therefore, even in last session I was saying, right, Vaishnavta hi, Saralta hi Vaishnavta, simplicity. And enviousness will not allow us to be simple. We are there in the world where, people are filled with this enviousness. And naturally, when we associate with them, that envy will also creep in our heart. Already it is there, it will magnify more. And that we can see in devotee association. Therefore, it is very, very important that we understand that this envy is one thing that we cannot engage in service of Krishna. Srila Narottam Das Thakur sings a wonderful bhajan. It starts with Anya Abhilasha Chhadi. And in that he says, Krishna Seva Kamarpana Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Jane Lobha Sadhu Sange Hari Katha Moha Ishta Labha Vine Mada Krishna Gunagane Niyukta Koribe Yatha Tatha. Very beautiful. He says everything can be engaged in service of the Lord, all the anarthas. And he starts listing. He says lust can be engaged in service of the Lord by offering all the results of the activities to the Lord. Second, he says anger, krodha. Krodha can be employed against those people who are blasphemers of Krishna and Vaishnavas. Then he says greed. Greed can be engaged in becoming more and more greedy to hear about the Lord in the association of Vaishnavas. Then he says bewilderment. Bewilderment can be engaged in the service of the Lord by manifesting the bewilderment only at that time when the devotee is realizing I am not able to attain Krishna immediately. And then he says madness, mother. Madness will get manifested or can be engaged in service of the Lord when I'm glorifying the Lord and Lord's attributes. I'll go mad. And in this entire list, only envy is not there. Because envy cannot be employed in service of the Lord. Whoever has envy, that person has to be in this material world forever. But so difficult to remove envy. There's one solution that is there, is going deeper in devotional service. His bhakti is very powerful. What is envy in front of that? Going deeper in devotional service, intensifying in devotional service, naturally, slowly and steadily, we will see that all this duplicity, this complication that we have, this negativity that we have towards others, and this mood of pulling others down, all these different things will slowly and steadily go out. Initially, maybe we will do that act. We might do that act of pulling someone down, but immediately we'll start feeling bad for it. Then slowly and steadily, the intensity of pulling others will go down. And in feeling bad for that act will go on increasing. And the day will not be very far when the devotee will think twice before harming someone or pulling someone down. Very, very important. And here, this Rakshasi, Simhika, she represents this one thing, envy. In this way, Hanuman, he crossed these 3 obstacles. Then finally, he came to Lanka. He saw Lanka from far. He climbed up, he jumped in fact on Trikuta Parvat. 3 Parvats that we discussed till now. First, Mahindra Parvat, Mainaka, third, Trikuta. He jumped there and he started looking at Lanka, and Lanka was so beautiful. The entire city was surrounded by huge high walls made of gold. Every single palace inside was made of gold, studded with all valuable jewels. And Hanuman was looking at the entire place. It was morning time and it was all shining. And Hanuman waited for the sun to set. And he was waiting. Again Hanuman, he made his size as small as a cat. He jumped on the wall and he went on the other side. Now for your information, Lanka personified was taking care of the entire Lanka, guarding on behalf of Ravan. And some places it is called as the preceding deity of Lanka, and some places she is called as Lankini. So Lankini was there. Now, no one can enter Lanka without having informed Lankini. She was the Paramatma there in everyone's heart. She used to get to know. Anyone who enters, she will be. And here, as soon as Hanuman jumped there, Lankini stood there in front. Who are you? How dare you enter this place without my permission? And what does a monkey have to do in the entire place where Rakshasas are there? And Hanuman said, I just came to go around this. I wanted to see the parks and buildings of this place. And at that time, Lankini, she says, you can see around, you can go and do sightseeing only after killing me. And she said that, and with her left hand, she punched or she bet Hanuman. And nothing happened to Hanuman. But now it was Hanuman's turn. Maybe Hanuman might have said, Tera ho gaya? Mera turn hai. With his left fist, he made ready, and then he roared loudly, and then he punched Lankini. And Lankini fell far, and she was moaning in pain. And at that time, she remembered the prophecy of Brahma. So Brahma had told the preceding deity of Lanka that in future, when a monkey will come and hit you and defeat you, that is the time the entire Lanka will get destroyed. And at that time, Lankini told this to Hanuman, and she told Hanuman, "Aap ja sakte ho." Hare Krishna. And guess what? Hanuman successfully entered Lanka after crossing these 4 obstacles. And after entering Lanka, doing all the services that is possible, those services which were not told also, he did that. And then he finally went and gave the message, the divine message of Lord Ram, with that divine ring of Lord Ram to Sita Maya. And at that time, Mother Sita was so very much pacified. But she was also so very chaste. She said, I will not come with you. He should come and take me. Lord Ram should come and take me. And Hanuman said, okay, no problem. I'll go and give the message back. So from here, he took the message of Lord Ram and he came on the other side. And now he takes the message of Sita and he goes back to Lord Ram. And when he gives the message to Lord Ram that, yes, I have found Sita, she's still waiting for you. The only thing Ram could do at that time was cry in ecstasy. And everyone, all the monkeys and everyone was so happy. So happy. Therefore, here we understand very clearly that Hanuman is teaching us that we have to serve the Lord in all the possible situations. And whatever obstacles come, we have to make sure that we cross these obstacles. Lankini also, she was representing an obstacle called false propaganda. Because she was accusing Hanuman to be a thief, which was not correct. Therefore, it is described that any time there is a false propaganda against Bhagavan, Bhakta and Bhakti, we as devotees should pound by strategically, systematically speaking from the Shastra and establishing the truth. Very, very important. So in this way, these were the 4 obstacles, 4 personalities, 4 different things which were representing various obstacles in the life of sadhaka, and the various solutions also we saw. And we have to just keep analyzing that which all obstacles are coming in my life, and we have to keep moving with one pointed focus that yes, I have to serve the Lord. Life is very short and goal is very high. Thank you very much. Bhakta Hanuman ki jai. Bhagwan Ramachandra ki jai. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.